It's on!
Thank you, Donna, for that super duper chat. Unfortunately, the comments go away as soon as we start the stream, but I saw it, so that was very nice of you. We appreciate it.
Like, what super duper chat?
It was there. It was there. She sent us 1995.
Woohoo!
Very much.
Was that
all right.
another one? Wow.
We can buy a coffee.
I think it was. Yeah, it had a timestamp on it. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was last time. Whatever it was, I'm thanking her anyway. Thank you, Donna. All right.
Donna's always great.
I'm Doobie Mosley, co-founder here at Laugh and Place. That's my wife, Rebecca, my other wife, Jeremiah, and we're here to talk about the Disney, what's going on in the world of Disney theme parks with you. Mike Celestino, hey, there he is. All right, let's bring him on. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
All right, sorry.
His Mormon wife.
Good.
All right, so Mike does SoCal theme parks. Jeremiah does East Coast theme parks. Rebecca takes care of me, and I am a handful. And let's talk to you about what's going on in the world of Disney. No lie. No lies detected. So I'm going to throw a curveball here for Jeremiah. Since this is the most recent thing we posted, let's break the news. What's this, Jeremiah, when I hit the button properly?
Daisy's Dig? Yes. So randomly got a message going, hey, go to Animal Kingdom for another Cool Kids Summer edition. Cool Kids Summer kicked off now, how many weeks ago?
Quite a while.
But it seems like every couple of days we get a new addition to this. And this one, they pulled the Dino Institute intern off of the stage out by the shops outside of Dino Land, moved him inside one of the corner parts of Restaurantosaurus. Daisy, in all her fashion glory, has moved inside also. You can go in there, color. The Dino Institute intern will sing songs, plays guitar. Daisy strolls around, dances, helps color with the kids. I was in there. This hasn't been added to the Walt Disney World app. This hasn't been added anywhere. You can kind of see how busy it was because nobody knows about it. I sat in that little booth behind the PhotoPass photographer for probably a half hour watching, and Daisy really wants a basketball to play because there's a basketball hoop up there.
Right.
And it was just very cute and very fun. Again, Cool Kids Summer, I think, is something that everybody's just looking past. There are a lot of great additions. I don't think we actually had it on the list. Epcot just got a new performer that is doing the chair stacking in Italy. Go ahead.
It's on the list. It's on
Can I jump in a little bit about Cool Kids Summer? Because I just have to say that this is one of those little things that they've added this year that I just think is so thoughtful. And I would have eaten this up when Gideon was younger, because sometimes those days in Disney parks, when it's a little bit more crowded like this, trying to wrangle your kid all day, they have to stand in a queue. They have to constantly be mindful of where other people, other people are as you're traveling through a crowd. To have spots like this, they have the one that we were just looking at that Jeremiah was showing. They also have one over by Storybook Circus in Fantasyland. And then there's another one, I'm looking it up here, over at Communicore. Over at Communicore, where it's like it's either air cooled or totally an air conditioned location, and there's an environment where the kids can either be super active, like dancing and playing around, or they can just be sitting and coloring. There's typically seating nearby for the parents. It's a nice place to kind of I feel like let the kid kind of be a little bit more without having to be holding a hand, be staying in line. It's like just a place for them to exist. And in my opinion, adults, you keep out of their way. Enter these spaces. This is their space to kind of just bounce off each other.
Yeah, this one is on the smaller side, but again, air conditioning. The Disney Junior Disney Playhouse, Bear in the Big Blue House Theater at Disney's Hollywood Studios is an excellent location for this, with the characters, the DJ, and just the air conditioning. And I was talking to somebody, and that's really what this is all about. The Cool Kid Summer is about finding a place to keep your kid cool and you along with it.
Yeah. So I have some friends who are about to go, and they have kids in the target range for this. And so I'm really interested to hear kind of how it impacts their trip that they've got coming up this coming week. So we'll see. I'll report back next time. I'll let you know what the kids thought of Cool Kid Summer.
But the other big thing Jeremiah got to do today, Jeremiah, welcome to the Sim Track. What was it like to finally get to see Test Track 3.0?
So I've been a Test Track fan. Like, there's a long story with me in the original.
Let me real quick say, I'm not going to show clips of the Test Track itself. I know some people like to say spoiler free.
Thank you.
It's literally been up for like 2 or 3 days, so no clips today, but I will show some cute stuff. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, walking into this queue is such a dramatic change, even from 1.0 that was a more open queue. But they kept the concept cars, and what they do is the concept cars are time periods. The videos will be in the back showing concepts of what cars would be like in the future. This starts all the way back in when Henry Ford put out the first Model A vehicle. But the highlight of this, go back one picture, Doobie. You are looking at the vehicle going up to the seatbelt check, which this window has never been there. It was one of those times where I just stopped and went, wow, that's really cool. And then you go to the next photo, and then the next photo. I didn't put these in order, so I don't know which. They've actually opened up so you can see out in the car doing the speed loop as you're in the queue. So the natural sunlight in there and just the natural lighting is amazing. This is the second queue room that used to be the create your own sim vehicle. And this is the present. They're talking about, recycling and how to keep the vehicles moving forward. And these are some of the test vehicles that are actually being created and tested on how they'll impact the future. On the attraction, these vehicles are tied to your vehicle in a way.
Like
so
physically?
No, but very much like the old attraction where they used to do the airflow test over the vehicle. They do that.
I'm glad you got a good costume picture. Gideon,
yes,
thank you very much.
Yeah, the cast members, the costume went from being more, I don't want to say intricate, but more detailed to more environmentally friendly. That patch is sewn on. It's not like some of the old ones where you used to Velcro and rip off so you could change what attraction you're on. And then this is looking back into that second room. This is where when you were waiting in the queue to go to the load platform and then all the guests would come out of creating their sim vehicle. This was that pinch point of everybody rushing up that one ramp. So it's wide open. The queue is great. The attraction,
you can talk about it, just no spoilers.
So I watched our video. We have a video that has 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0 all next to each other. In my head, and I this is definitely something that we've all experienced. 1.0 to a lot of us was like, that was such a great ride. No, it wasn't. It was very basic, very cheesy. Go back and watch it, Doobie. Like, you filmed it, I'm sure, as one of you. But this one, where the second one was more like, look, here's the future, and here's, all this digital projection. This one brings the attraction into the present, but not into the present where in a year we're going to be laughing at it. It shows what the immediate future of vehicles are. Talks about electric vehicles, different styles, how we will be working with vehicles as the years pass. So it's one of those ones I think they don't have to worry about a lot of change. It's not going to be outdated in a few years. This is the post-show area. They cleaned that up. Like, they really condensed it. I'm sure the cast members are very happy because I'm guessing they got a lot of more space.
No more games in there, I'm guessing?
No. And also they got the first of the Fuel Rod 2.0 machines in Walt Disney World. These are the ones that are going to be selling the brick chargers. As of right now, they just sell the basic Fuel Rod rods.
So Fuel Rod 2.0 with Test Track 3.0. Jeremiah gives it a thumbs up, even though he's poo-pooing on the original Test Track.
Again, the original Test Track is, in my memory, a great attraction. Watching it, yeah, it was very silly.
All right, so Test Track is coming soon. DVC previews have been announced. They are coming July 12th.
12th. And then AP previews are July 13th.
Yep. And cast member previews are ongoing right now. I'm assuming that's how Jeremiah got there. They are allowing video doing this, so there are tons of Test Track videos all over the interwebs right now. If you want to go view it, including ours, we've got a side by side. Right, we have all three in our video.
Yes, cool. Yep. Including World of Motion somehow.
I see. Yeah, that original Test Track cue with the loudness, like, where's that sound coming from? That was so loud. I love that very much.
But it was sensory overload, and I love that original cue. And this one makes it cleaner. I even talked to the Imagineer. I said, what's missing? A classic Model T vehicle right over there from where the original one was. That was one of the vehicles from World of Motion. And he just kind of laughed. He goes, yeah, that would have been great. But it is very, I keep saying it every time I've talked to anybody. It's a very clean feeling attraction.
We also found out today that Virtual Queue will not be coming to Test Track. So Tony is to its everyday operation. They're going to have it for the annual pass owner previews.
Yes.
But once it actually opens to the public, it will not use a Virtual Queue. It will have Lightning Lane, and it will now be an upper tier experience along with Frozen Ever After and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Replacing Soarin' Around the World, which will now move to the non-upper tier, which I don't know if they have a name for that. I don't even know if it's called upper tier. So there you go. Test Track. Can't wait. Officially opens when, Jeremiah?
July 22nd.
July 22nd. Will One Direction be there? Rebecca, I hope, gets that joke if she's paying attention. You don't get it? Will One Direction?
Oh no, I get it.
Okay.
I'm giving it's the appropriate reaction.
Were they at 2.0?
So when they did the Test Track, this most recent edition, there was a band that was going to be performing at the Open, and it was, what was it? One Republic.
The rumor was it was going to be One Direction. It turned out to be One Republic.
Yeah, so it was very funny because it
was
like
One Republic was also a good band. Also.
Yeah, they were a very well-known band, but it wasn't One
just,
Direction.
Yeah, it was one of those things where all day long there'd be these rumblings all over as to who was performing, and then, I mean, for me it was like flip a coin. I don't know either band particularly, so but yeah. So there you go.
As long as they performed, it's
fun. That was the loudest grand opening ever. Do you remember that? Because it was a canopy, and they had all that pyro under the canopy as they unveiled. Oh man, that was so loud.
It was great. Yeah, everyone. I mean, they were popular. People were watching that band, so we could just go on the ride over and over.
Oh yeah, we rode the ride repeatedly.
Doobie, is my photo in there? I'm sorry, my PhotoPass photo.
Oh, I don't know. Which article would it be in? I don't think it is.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Sorry.
Yeah, we have like 3 of them, and I think there's a 4th one coming, which will probably have it in there. Yeah, the PhotoPass is... So I was talking to the PhotoPass folks, and they're doing what they do now with Space Mountain, where the learning AI does the multi-layer. So it looks very stunning, and they will actually be changing the scenes that can be behind the vehicle.
Nice.
So it's not just like the first one where it's a really bad picture of the car moving really quickly. This is very detailed.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll be something that'll be in one of the upcoming articles if it's not in one of the mini articles.
All right, before we get to Disneyland and the top stuff going on there, let's take a quick trip to Hong Kong, where LP was this past weekend, because LP's everywhere, and they celebrated their 20th anniversary, kicked it off. We talked a lot about that this morning, and there's just tons of stuff on the website. So we're not going to go into a lot of detail here, but I did want to make sure we showed off, dude. Will everyone get drones before Disneyland and Disney World? These are some of the coolest drones. They're awesome in Paris, and these are pretty awesome too. The favorite one I saw, that is so cool, was the fairies. Make it pink, make it blue, on the castle with drones. How awesome is that? So,
I love it.
Hong Kong has drones now. Paris has drones. We got Squat. So check out all that coverage on our website. We have a big link to that on the top of our website to go check out Hong Kong Disneyland's 20th anniversary. Happy birthday. Jeremiah's been there, right, Jeremiah?
Yes.
You were there not too long ago, actually, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there kind of for their kickoff. Like
Yeah.
I was there for the announcement of the kickoff and got to do the red carpet down Main Street, and yeah.
And Duffy is big there right now.
Yes.
All right, Disneyland. Mike Celestino. We were talking about this before we started. This is the marquee that's been debuted for Walt Disney: A Magical Life and Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, which is opening on July 17th, I believe. What do you think of the fact that it's Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, but A Magical Life Walt Disney? Does that bother you at all? It really bothered Kyle.
That it has a different name? Or
Well, it's called Walt Disney: A Magical Life, but they put A Magical Life on top and Walt Disney below.
Yes.
But over here,
I see. That does bother me now that you pointed out.
Glad I could do that for you.
I see why they made that decision. So they have the name on the bottom for both of them.
Yeah.
But then why not just name it that?
They didn't think about the sign when they thought of the name.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, this they revealed the marquee just, I believe, today. So nice to see that. But the big reveal, Mike Celestino, and the biggest reason you're joining us today is because you got to experience Coke. So let's hear about it.
What?
Yeah. I was at Disneyland last week for a big unveiling of the new Coca-Cola Star Wars collaboration, new marketing campaign. There's a bunch of new cans with characters on the art for the Coca-Cola cans. There's a new commercial that's really great. Rebecca and I are planning something to talk about it.
Yeah, that's a cool commercial.
In great depth. There's a new interactive experience called the Holo Creator, where you can create your own hologram messages and send them to people. Those are the older Galaxy's Edge.
It really should have been. Those should have been the 3 exclusives in the Disney parks. Those bottles.
Right.
I like that the designs that are exclusive to the parks aren't characters that can only be found at the parks. Like one of the character designs, as I understood, is Chewbacca, but yet on shelves you'll find a Chewbacca design. It's just there's a Disney parks Chewbacca design. So it's not like you're locked out if you're a big Chewbacca fan and you're a Chewbacca completist. You don't actually have to go to a Disney park. You're okay. You can get it. No, I guess you'd have to have a friend bring you that one too. But
yeah, if you're a completist, you do.
Yeah, if you're complete.
I also heard that one of my friends who's already searching, per case, there's only one character.
That is so weird to me.
I heard
that is so wild. Can you imagine, Doobie? You go to like Walmart and you get the big case, and when you open it up, it's like all Darth Maul. It's not an assortment.
I mean, that's how you sell 14 cases of Coke, isn't it? I think they know exactly what
30
they're doing.
cases. Well, 27.
27.
Dang.
Which character were you guys most surprised wasn't among the characters that are featured? Because I mean, there's the obvious choices are there. Which character were you like, oh man, can't believe he or she wasn't picked?
There's no Annie.
Lodico Fendon.
Let's
see.
The
Bard.
Was there anything from Andor? Did they have Cassian? I don't remember if he was.
I think they had Cassian. Yeah, because he's right there, right? I think that's him right back there.
Yeah.
For me, it's Thrawn.
Thrawn, right? Yes, you said that. Yeah.
Oh, because of your buddy loves Thrawn, doesn't he?
Well, Thrawn was front of mind because of Arda at ESPN. Yes, but I had just read his piece in the Star Wars Insider talking about the kind of the place where sports and Star Wars fandom meet. So yeah, when I looked, the first thing I did was look through the cans for Thrawn. But no, I just feel like he's kind of rising in the ranks of the known characters. So
these are some really nice designs.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah,
I want
really
them as t-shirts. I want that Leia art as a t-shirt.
So, Mike.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a little bit unorganized here because I just thought of this and I'm not seeing it. But there's a picture of you. I think it's the cover of the video. What exactly is going on there? Because you look great. I did not know you were an actual Star Wars character.
So they had a cosplay station for you to do like a photo op type thing. There it is.
Yeah.
And I chose the Moff Gideon helmet and his cloak, or a cloak. It was just kind of a generic cloak, but
That was cool.
So cool.
and I'm holding the dark saber. It's kind of behind the bottle there, but
yeah, so
yeah, there's a lot of different helmets and weapons that you could pose with. It's pretty fun.
Am I understanding this event correctly? It felt like it was set up really for kind of that influencer crowd. Let them kind of be within the setting of Batuu as you're launching this Coca-Cola collaborative.
A lot of young influencers for sure. That was the majority. I think there were a couple other theme park outlets there, but it was mostly early 20s influencers that I did not recognize. Yeah.
I'm grateful that they aren't like totally segregated. You know what I mean? It's like let the non-influencer specific media kind of piggyback off of it, because the content was still useful, the interviews and the imagery and everything, even if we're not kind of doing that forward-facing influencer marketing.
And I know you guys are going to do a stream specifically about the commercial, which is pretty cool, but do you want to just briefly touch on it?
Yes, the commercial it's really fun. It's about there's like a Star Wars movie marathon happening at a movie theater, and all the fans there are in costume. And the projector breaks down, which that was the first thing I thought was amusing, but I also kind of appreciated that it was running on actual film. But once the movie's not working anymore, the people in the crowd start taking it upon themselves to recreate all the big moments from the movies in the auditorium. I don't know. I found it to be kind of moving, actually. Like, oh, this is like what Star Wars community is all about, you know?
Absolutely. No, totally. So I would be shocked if you weren't moved by that, Mike. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked for you.
I don't know. It's just like when I start to feel my tears welling up, I'm like, oh, this is a Coke commercial, but they did it really well. You know what? There's been a ton of commercials over the years that have made me emotional. So
and Coke is always good at that.
Yeah.
And Disneyland Paris with the duck.
Right.
All right. Anything else? Disneyland Resort, Mike? I know we've got a ton of more Disney World today, so we were going to actually let Mike have time to himself if he wanted it. But is there anything else you want to make sure you mention?
I don't think so. We're kind of in the midst of the summer. There's not a ton of new stuff going on at the moment. I mean, I think since the last show, I did go and get video and photos of the Pixar Elio display at the Pixar Place Hotel. So those are all up on laughingplace.com.
Cool.
And I know that on your next visit, or whoever on the team ends up there next, I'm sure that the Tiki Room, because the walls are down, and we'll get new look at Tongaroa.
Yes,
there out front. So fun stuff happening over there.
Good. I did not know those walls. Very exciting. Show off
It's the Pixar.
Mike's work right here. Sorry, didn't get the mute in time. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Mike. I assume you have better things to do than sit here for a half hour. If you want to sit here, you're more than welcome.
Okay. No, I'm working on something else, so I'll go ahead and do that. But thank you.
Thank you, Mike Celestino.
Okay.
See you soon, Mike.
See ya.
All right. Getting back to Walt Disney World. So many. Nothing. We have. All right. America, Independence Day is on Friday. Fireworks on Thursday and Friday, as always, for Magic Kingdom. Special fireworks at Epcot, all the normal stuff, bunch of yummy looking food that they put red, white, and blue on. So just be aware of that. If you want to see the fireworks, the 4th of July fireworks early, or set the 4th for your family, but still see those Disney fireworks, don't forget you can see them on the 3rd at the Magic Kingdom. Or
I will be at Magic Kingdom on the 3rd and Epcot on the 4th.
And speaking of America,
we're counting down to the saying goodbye to TSI, right? That we have a anticipated close date on that, right? I'm remembering.
That closes on the 6th. That's the last day to experience that. So yeah, I will be going probably in the next few days to actually do that. I haven't ridden the boat or taken the raft over. When I was there yesterday, I have never seen the line for Times Square Island actually a full queue and up the ramp.
my family's getting ready to make their pilgrimage, their final trek. I was talking with my sister about that.
So
I feel like just like with the Country Bears, if you're waiting till now, you have no right to complain about it closing.
Oh no, you can complain even if you've never been there. It's about more than just having set foot there.
Not the Mark Twain, which I almost said, but the riverboat has extended its hours. Instead of 11 to 7, it's now 10 to 8. So more chance for everyone to experience the river before they send it away forever. Back to America very quickly. The Hall of Presidents opened with no announcement, no nothing, just they're open.
Yep.
So Donald Trump is back. He gives the oath of office.
Mm-hmm.
It is the exact same show as it was 4 years ago. It's one of those things that I went and, my memory, because I haven't done it I do it every couple of years. But yeah, the same pre-show, everything. And it's just, the show is updated skins on the AA. Yes.
So, and I would show him, but for some reason, my screen doesn't want to load over here. So,
hey, Ryan, enjoy that Disney cruise, man. I am jealous. I am eager to be on a Disney cruise ship.
There we go. Gio this morning says it's a vast improvement. So,
yeah, I agree.
There you go. It is. Yeah, that was some meme material 8 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Buzz Lightyear has a date that it's going to be shutting down, we believe. In preparation for, so what are they doing to Buzz, Jeremiah?
This is we believe, I don't think it was officially announced.
Right.
This is when the new technology is moving in that we showcased how many months ago now, with the targets and the new lasers. So this will be a very large refurbishment, which, after going on it a few times recently, this attraction needs some TLC, not just because it was the first Buzz Lightyear and a lot of it is the cardboard cutouts, but because it has been the workhorse of the park. Like, it's still one of the true people eaters, no matter how long the line gets.
And yes, you're right, Kyle. He was there 6 months ago, but the ridicule was really 8 years ago with how he looked. People then forgot about it. That was one weird looking AA. Let's see what's next. Oh, also we found out that Spaceship Earth is going to be going down for a refurb of undeterminate amount of time.
They're going to put in a roller coaster, and it's going to go outside the loop. And I don't even remember what that was called. Is that me?
No, I think it's GB.
Okay.
My wife?
Yeah,
That's
you're
you.
gone. He's having a day.
Move the microphone away from your mouth. Hey, there we go. Yeah, Spaceship Earth is going down. We are hearing that it's just going to be a routine refurbishment. Again, it seems like there's a couple of other attractions that are starting the refurbishment. I feel like this is a almost Disneyland-like time where we're getting multiple refurbishments at once, which is something that the parks have needed. So it'll be nice to see these attractions get some TLC.
And speaking of TLC, the People Mover didn't even need a refurbishment to get improved, right, Jeremiah?
I believe Gio said something about this last week, and I walked up there, and I forget the exact words that I used in my tweet, but it was a torture device. The old turnstile, it's been there for decades. The flow going up was so nice. And I said this as I'm sending the message, the entire speed ramp just comes to an e-stop. As I'm like both hands, and I almost fell. I was like, well, so much for this great flow. But it did increase. I think there was something going on with the actual People Mover. There was spaces in between the vehicles. So they may have pulled a couple off the track.
Let's see. Another refurbishment that has come to an end is Winter Summerland, the golf course over there, one of the mini golf courses.
It is a mini golf course. Sorry. This has been one, again, just some TLC. It's nice to see it. There have been reports that you can now read the signs a little bit better. I haven't been to Winter Summerland in a couple of years, but this update really made me want to go over there. I'm glad you don't have the iconic picture of me with the snowman that squirts the water out of its nose, because that aim, if they change that, that's going to be a crime against humanity. Because I think every time I walk up and I make the joke of like, oh, every time I go, it squirts you in the same spot, and it squirts me in the same spot every time. So,
Rebecca, if I were to say an attraction is celestial symbol of interplanetary harmony and fellowship, what attraction am I referring to?
Just because I know kind of what's been going on, I'm gonna guess the Astro Orbiter.
The Astro Orbiter is
the
back.
wording from 1994.
Let's go. So I feel so at cosmic peace.
That is hilarious. Celestial symbol of interplanetary harmony and fellowship, aka the rocket jets, have come back.
Interplanetary, what and harmony?
Celestial symbol of interplanetary harmony and fellowship.
Interplanetary harmony and fellowship. I want that as like my tagline. I am the director of interplanetary harmony and fellowship.
Doobie, there's a new article just posted with my review of Test Track that does have the PhotoPass picture.
Okay, I'm glad that review came out.
As Gio points out, the Starjets.
There we go, Jeremiah.
Woo, Jeremiah's styling.
That is, and CJ from Walt Disney World Magazine is sitting next to me, and this is the exact same spot where the photo's been taken since 1.0 out in that as you head out to the speed loop, and you cannot tell.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, it's nice with that Star Wars background. All right. Oh, sorry, it's not Star Wars, but it reminds me of it because
I know. I understand. It reminds
flying
me of
cars.
Coruscant reminds me of, yep.
It definitely. See, Rebecca knows me. Friendship boats. What's going on there?
They have changed where they are launching. They are currently launching from the Germany area and going to the Canada area.
Oh,
where
wow.
before they were Morocco going to Canada just along that way.
Yeah.
So now it kind of crosses over.
That's nice.
It's one of those things of like, when I saw it, I was like, that's just something, but hey, it was a slow news day, so we needed something.
That's nice. A little different path. Cool.
And the best theme park news, Epcot, it just gets better and better. First, we had the animatronic. I forget her name already, but she was pretty awesome. And now we have Gratzi. That's not her. Come on, you idiot. Now we have Gratzi.
Yeah, I should actually check if they put her on the app yet, and then we can.
Yeah, by the way, that's our nickname, because as the performer says Gratzi, which is thank you, throughout the performance, but we didn't have a name, so we went with Gratzi, right? I'm understanding this correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, that video is so blown out. That's what happens when I can't see what I'm recording and my phone is about to die.
I'm just happy your camera didn't overheat and stop working.
Yes. I didn't realize how blown out that was. I apologize.
Is it hot in Florida?
Yeah, it's the old, not the old chair stacker from France, but it is that type of performance.
Yeah,
she is great. It was just a fun little area. No, the clown is still there.
Is there a whistle with it though? Like that whistle that was there? Oh, phew, I'm so glad.
Yeah, he is still listed. His was still listed on the app. I have not actually looked at the app, and I thought about that yesterday. So let me look at the app while we're doing this.
I can't wait to see Gratzi in person. That is so awesome.
Yeah, me too. That's the kind of stuff I love.
Sergio's still the only thing listed for Italy, so maybe Gratzi is only temporary, part of the Cool Kid Summer that they don't seem to announce. They just show up.
Is this cool, Jeremiah?
I have not had the chance to see this.
Okay.
Partially because we've been having some really amazing storms at night.
Yeah.
And the monorails I've seen go by have not had this on them. So it's one that I need to get out there and see at night, because it does look very cool. I think just these added little touches, adding the lights to the undercarriage of the monorail has been something that's very cool. It was Nikki B. She just grabbed a bunch of chairs and was going.
Gratzi.
But those lights, for something that's very simple, they can change it. They change the lighting patterns for the Christmas parties, for Halloween parties. I'm sure come the 4th of July, they'll have red, white, and blue underneath there. So it's just a neat little addition.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have the most important news in theme parks over the past week, and that is this, Jeremiah.
Yes. This really was one of those ones where they've had planters up in front of this area for quite a while, and I had a fear that they were going to just build a new cart spot for it because it's right next to Italy. Like it's between, you can see that's Italy, and then just literally probably 3 feet away is the miniature trains. But yeah, it's just a service animal relief area, and it's there.
It's needed. All right. Anything else Disney World that I really should have mentioned?
Not that I can think of. We have things closing, so keep an eye out for that.
Oh, there is one I wanted to do. I'm sure you girls, you women, you ladies, I don't know, is there a right way to say that? We'll be covering this tomorrow, but I really like these, so I wanted to give a chance to mention them today.
They're cool.
So, yes. These shirts, I had seen the World Showcase shirt, but then I heard that there were other for each of the World Showcase. And yes, some of them have characters, but the ones without the characters are really cool. Very cute, very fun. That one, you can't really, unless you zoom in on what the actual red, white stripes are. It's like barbecue and yeah.
That's
salute to all American things, but mostly food.
That is, I'd like to think that.
I love that.
Yeah, that's veggie turkey, but yeah, that's pretty cool. All right.
And then I love the Morocco one with the genie.
It's cute. Morocco's cute.
Okay, this is awesome.
I sent this to my Canadian friends. I'm like, here's your representation. Like, hey, Brother Bear wasn't really filmed in Canada, so sure, Duke Kaboom.
No,
these are so cool.
That one is just, yeah.
Really?
So go back one.
Is that something that they say at the eatery?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just
this is the one I want. This is the one I want.
Yeah. So Goofy is making spaghetti with marinara sauce.
Yeah.
As I'm taking these pictures, a guest goes, "Why is Goofy covered in blood?"
Oh, how funny.
Oh, okay.
That's dark.
Yeah, I just but these shirts are all very cute. I
like the one that's like the trash can.
Oh, don't talk about trash cans yet, because I haven't seen them in person. There is now the mystery trash can sets that Hong Kong has had somewhere.
Look at that
in Walt Disney World. So
oh, really?
That'll be they had them. Somebody sent me a TikTok of somebody at Ever After at Disney Springs having them, and I was this close to going, except again a storm.
The weather.
And then I checked Animal Kingdom and Epcot today, and they have not made it there yet. But that will be something I am looking for.
Jeremiah on pursuit for mystery trash cans.
Yeah, I want to say there were like 5 or 6 of them.
Oh, very cool.
And thank you, Gio, for the reminder.
Oh, yes. Nola and the Eighth Note, which
Gideon...
this show is so good.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. No, and again, it's just I want to say it's part of Cool Kid Summer because again, they just appeared out of nowhere. They showed up yesterday.
Cool only the music is cool, not the environment.
Yeah.
No, Nola was sweating up a storm, but the band was really like, amazing, they need to go underneath the popcorn cart covering over there.
Oh, this is cool. I mean, because Big Thunder's down right now, so it's kind of a bit of a dead zone, because you once you're past Splash, Tiana's, then you've got the attractions closed right now. So nice to have some energy over there with the band.
Yes, and no no characters, no nothing. Very old school, just
Nice.
very Five and Dime from DCA type, where she comes out, shows off her ability, and the band is amazing.
I don't think I will, Kyle.
Are we wrapping up? Because I have a story I want to share, but I wanted to get the end.
They're having some kind of swim lesson at Typhoon Lagoon, but only other thing I wanted to mention is the lounge for the Destiny that I know Rebecca knows a little bit about, themed to 101 Dalmatians.
Corella, yes.
Yeah, it looks cool. I think the next picture Doobie might have check out this mosaic with her catchphrase, how marvelous. And you may notice there's 15 puppy prints. Jeremiah, do you know why it's 15?
No.
Oh, her original litter was 15. Remember there was that scene and Lucky, and he's like, 14. And then they massage and he like, perks up and 15 puppies. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that one looks, and that's taking over the piano bar.
Yeah.
And if you head back into our coverage from a month or so ago, you can actually see some of the Corella that will be happening in that lounge.
Yes.
Because it's actually her coming out and performing with the pianist and
get a little sample.
So,
just so we don't get a strike on this stream, you'll have to go check it out over on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we'll just have the video here.
Just a little bit of video tease. If you want to hear it, you'll have to pop over there.
Wow, she's such a fun walk around too. She's such a fun woman too. That will be great.
And she's featured in the current villain show, right?
Yes.
The 3.
Maleficent, her, and Hook.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's on my to-do list when I head out there at the end of next month.
Awesome. Okay, Rebecca, go for it.
Okay, so this past weekend in LA, they had the you have to drop your screen. Let me see. Remove yours, add mine. There we go. They had the NHL draft, and it was in LA. And so there was a bit of star power. And in the case of the Anaheim Ducks, that meant stars of the Mighty Ducks movie franchise popping by to announce the first round pick for the Ducks, 10th overall. It was this young man whose name is Roger McQueen. Now, smart that they are, they immediately put this young man on a helicopter, took him down to Disneyland so that he could meet with the biggest duck in Orange County, Donald, right? So there you go, young Mr. McQueen meeting Donald. But that's not all. Leaning in to the reality of what was next door, he went over and met Lightning. Ka-chow! I loved it so much. I was having way too much fun as a sports and Disney fan watching this young man. And now we've seen he picked his number and as Gio points out. Check it out. He went with ka-chow, number 95.
I cannot believe that there is a hockey player named McQueen playing for the Ducks wearing number 95.
If they do a retro jersey, I would actually want that. Like, give me the original Ducks jersey with McQueen 95.
I want this jersey. I haven't checked today, but over the past few days, I keep going to the site to see if they've put this jersey up yet. Because I am all in on this young man. So yeah, you won this Disney fan's heart. So I don't know. I am such a casual when it comes to hockey, barely understand the sport, but now I'm interested because I want to see number 95 McQueen, the Duck.
Well, that is all for us, folks. Guess where I'm going?
Where?
Jurassic World Redemption.
Enjoy.
Redemption? Yeah.
No, Rebirth.
Rebirth, yeah, that didn't sound right.
Enjoy
I'm going to see Jurassic World Rebirth with the boss right now. So looking forward to that.
I wonder how Steve McQueen feels being shadowed by a car.
Are you referring to the actor from the 60s or the current director?
And glides and slides across.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next Monday, I believe. Yeah, I'll be back probably talking about Essence Fest. And until then, bye, everybody.